I was fired by my wife, the CEO. She told me I was banned from the industry for life. Her assistant finally calmed down after that. The next day, she got an urgent call from finance. Mr. Su pulled out $30 billion when he left. The company account has $98 left. We can't even pay the property management fee. She was stunned. The floor-to-ceiling windows in the top-floor office were bright and harsh. She tapped her fingers on the desk. Her makeup was perfect. Her expression was cold. Her eyes had no warmth. She looked down at me like I was useless trash. Jiang. I looked up. Yes, President Lin? From now on you're fired. I raised an eyebrow. No emotion. Reason. Lin Wanqing looked at me. Her voice was cold and mean. I don't need a reason. I'm the second largest shareholder. I have the right to fire anyone. You've been here 3 years. You think you're a founding member. You keep butting into core company decisions. You're stubborn. You don't know your place. You don't belong on this team anymore. She threw all these fake accusations at me. No proof. No investigation. Not even one conversation beforehand. I stared at her. I butted in? I built the whole funding chain. Early financing, cash flow, risk management. All of it. The company almost went under several times. I covered the shortfalls overnight. How is that butting in? Lin Wanqing looked annoyed. Then her eyes turned cold and mean. That's just your job. Getting paid doesn't give you the right to act spoiled and interfere with management decisions. My husband is busy growing the business. He doesn't have time for internal stuff. You took advantage of that. You're too ambitious. I laughed. But it didn't reach my eyes. So you're firing me based on your own assumptions? Not just firing. Lin Wanqing sat up straight. Her voice turned ice cold. I've already notified everyone in the industry. Partners, competitors, HR networks. Jiang, I'm making sure no one in this industry ever hires you again. The room erupted in murmurs. But no one dared to stop her. The admin director went pale. He whispered, President Lin, Jiang is our biggest financial backer. Without him, our cash flow will collapse. Please think this through. Shut up. Lin Wanqing cut him off. This company was built by me and my husband. It can run without anyone. One less self-righteous hero just means a cleaner operation. Him staying here is the real problem. She looked at me. Her eyes were smug and cold. Like she'd already won. Jiang, I know you're upset. But that's how the workplace works. The people on top make the rules. You're too flashy. Too capable. You've annoyed everyone. Today I'm firing you to clean house and remind you of your place. I stared at her. I memorized every cold look and every cruel word. 3 years of overtime, fronting money, covering risks, and supporting the company. All of it meant nothing now. I didn't get angry. I didn't argue. The crueler she was, the calmer I got. You sure? I asked quietly. I'm absolutely sure. Lin Wanqing didn't hesitate. Hand over everything today. Move out by the end of the day. Don't ever set foot here again. I've already told everyone in the industry. No one will hire you. The executives nearby all looked down. No one met my eyes. They all knew I was the backbone of the company. But no one dared to cross Lin Wanqing. I nodded slowly. I let go of the reports in my hands. Fine. I'm leaving. 2 words. Clean and quick. No begging. No excuses. Lin Wanqing saw me give in. Her anger faded. She looked proud. In her eyes, I was just backing down and accepting defeat. See? If you'd been smart from the start, this wouldn't have been so ugly. Pack your stuff. I'll pay you this month's salary, since you did work here for 3 years. I looked at her. My voice was flat. No thanks. I don't want your money. But President Lin, I hope you don't regret this. Lin Wanqing laughed, full of sarcasm. Regret? I never regret firing a regular employee. You think too highly of yourself, Jiangyi. Without this company, you're nothing. I didn't say another word. I turned around and walked out of the office. My steps were steady. My back was straight. No sign of defeat. Behind me, Lin Wanqing's voice rang out again, warning me. Remember what I said. Go find some small factory job. Stop trying to climb higher. Stay out of circles you don't belong in. I never looked back. I walked through the quiet office. Everyone stared at me. Pity. Sympathy. Schadenfreude. All kinds of looks. I went back to my desk. I didn't pack any of the small stuff. I didn't want any of those cheap office supplies. I just opened my private account. I checked and locked all my personal investment records. Over 3 years, I had put 30 billion of my own money into this company. All personal assets. No interest. No strings attached. I never asked for shares or dividends. I helped them build a multi-billion-dollar company. And they repaid me by firing me and blacklisting me. Since they didn't care about me, I didn't need to leave anything for them. I finished the withdrawal process. I saved all the legal paperwork. Every record, transfer, and agreement was clear and legally binding. When I was done, I turned off the computer and left my desk. At the elevator, the admin assistant ran after me. Brother Jiang, is there really no way to fix this? President Lin is just angry. Wait until the CEO comes back. I turned to him. No need to wait. The moment she banned me for life, all goodwill was gone. The elevator doors closed. It cut off all the looks and noises from outside. In the small elevator, any warmth in my eyes completely disappeared. 30 billion. That was my goodwill and my support for this company. Now the goodwill was gone. The support was withdrawn. Lin Wanqing thought firing me was her way of controlling my fate. But she didn't know she just pushed away the one thing keeping her company alive. She bet that I had nothing and couldn't fight back. So I'd show her what happens when the foundation crumbles. My car was parked on the street. I got in and called my private finance manager. He answered right away. Mr. Jiang, I'm ready. His voice was calm and professional. I looked straight ahead. Pull up all my personal investment records in Qihong Group. Start the full withdrawal. A pause. Mr. Jiang, a full 30 billion withdrawal will drain all of Qihong's cash flow. Are you sure? Do it. I didn't hesitate. All interest-free loans, project guarantees, and emergency funds. Withdraw everything at once. Follow the legal process. No loopholes. No delays. Understood. Full compliance. I'll organize all records and send them to your private terminal. I hung up and started the car. I didn't look back at the tall office building. Back in the office, Lin Wanqing was still sitting at her desk. A few executives gathered around her, speaking carefully. President Lin, Jiangyi actually left. No arguing at all. He managed all our core finances for 3 years. It's strange that he left so easily. Lin Wanqing flipped through some papers. Her voice was lazy and arrogant. Strange? He just knows he lost and can't fight back. He has no background or connections. This company was his only foothold. Being fired and blacklisted, he has no choice but to accept it. Someone nervously spoke up. President Lin, most of our cash flow came from Jiang Yi's personal funds. There's no contract. He could take it all back at any time. We should prepare. Lin Wanqing looked up. Her eyes were full of contempt. You're giving him too much credit. He put money in to protect his own high salary. Now that he's fired, he might be angry, but he won't actually pull the money. 30 billion? If he pulls it, he cuts off all his options. Who would hire someone who destroyed a company? Another executive quickly agreed. President Lin is right. Jiang Yi is always careful and restrained. He wouldn't risk everything. He didn't make a scene today because he knows he lost. Lin Wanqing raised an eyebrow. Her voice got even more arrogant. I was going to give him some dignity because of his 3 years. But since he didn't appreciate it, leaving quietly is the best he can hope for. From now on, we run this company properly. We don't need old-timers who think they're above everyone else. She picked up her phone and called her husband, Gu Qin. He answered. Wanqing? What's up? I'm in a meeting. Lin Wanqing sounded proud. Honey, I fired Jiang Yi. And I blacklisted him across the whole industry. Gu Qin paused. Why? He's our core person. Finance and projects all depend on him. Why would you fire him? Because he's too full of himself. Lin Wanqing sounded both wronged and aggressive. He acts like he's a founder. He makes decisions without me. He doesn't respect us shareholders. If I don't put him in his place, he'll take over the whole company. Gu Qin was quiet for a few seconds. Then he sighed. You're too impulsive. But you're a shareholder. I won't argue. Just handle the aftermath. Lin Wanqing relaxed and smiled. Don't worry. What's the worst that could happen? He's just an employee. Without Qihong, he's nothing. When you get back, the company will be cleaner and more obedient. Okay. Gu Qin didn't want to deal with it. He hung up and went back to his project. With her husband's approval, Lin Wanqing felt completely confident. In her mind, she had won. Her assistant asked quietly, President Lin, who will take over Jiang Yi's projects? Take them all back. Management will handle them. Lin Wanqing said without thinking. If he can do it, our team can too. Don't treat a regular employee like he's the company's savior. No one dared to argue. They all nodded. No one told her that every project was backed by my personal money. No one reminded her that the management team didn't have the funds or skills to replace me. Meanwhile, I got a notification on my phone. The withdrawal process passed the first review. All withdrawal channels were open. All the unpaid loans, emergency funds, and project guarantees were being legally returned. 3 years of risk, covering gaps, and holding everything together. From this moment, all of it was being taken back. I stared at the screen full of legal withdrawal records. My face was blank. Lin Wanqing thought my silence was weakness. She thought my help was just my job. She thought my retreat meant I had no options. She stepped all over my sincerity, erased my contributions, and cut off my future. So I took back everything I gave. And let her deal with the consequences. I drove away from the business district. I turned off all work communications. That busy, prosperous area had nothing to do with me anymore. Qihong's success was never something the platform gave me. I was the one who built that success. I waited for the storm to come. I waited for that arrogant boss lady to see what she had pushed away. The collapse she caused with her own pride was just beginning to take shape. At midnight, my finance manager called me. No small talk. Straight to the point. Mr. Jiang, the withdrawal is final. 30 billion in personal investments have been fully removed from Chi-Hung's accounts and returned to your private account. All guarantee agreements, interest-free loans, and verbal credit lines have been legally terminated. We have full legal records, I said calmly. Confirm and save 3 backup copies. Keep them forever. Done. The call ended. Clean and quick. At that moment, Chi-Hung's core cash flow for the past 3 years was completely cut off. The next morning, Chi-Hung's headquarters opened as usual. The building was still lit up. Everyone was still in the calm mood from firing me the day before. Lin Wanqing arrived at 9. As soon as she walked in, a few executives came up to her. President Lin, something's wrong with the project cash flow. Lin Wanqing put down her bag. What's wrong? Just process it normally. We tried to make regular payments and supplier settlements this morning. The system said insufficient funds. We checked all sub-accounts and reserve funds. All empty. Lin Wanqing's face darkened. Check the main account. We have billions in cash flow. How can it be empty? The executives looked at each other. No one spoke. Then the finance director ran in. She was pale. She gripped a report in her shaking hands. Her breathing was heavy. President Lin! Big trouble! Lin Wanqing looked up. Annoyed. What's the panic? This is a group headquarters. Keep it together. The finance director's voice shook. The main account is completely empty. All cash flow, reserves, and project guarantees have been withdrawn. The company's main account balance is 98 yuan and 60 cents. The room went dead silent. The executives froze. Their faces showed total disbelief. Lin Wanqing's composure cracked. Her eyes turned sharp. What nonsense are you talking? 30 billion in funds. Billions in reserves. How could it all disappear overnight? Is it a system error? A reconciliation mistake? Run the report again. We've run it 3 times. System checks, bank reconciliation, all done. The finance director's hands were shaking. She laid the printout on the desk. All the funds were Jiang Yi's personal investment. He started a legal withdrawal after he left yesterday. All his investments were recalled. We've been relying on his interest-free money to keep everything running. Without it, our books are zero. Lin Wanqing stared at the report. Her pupils shrank. The numbers were clear. Bank stamps, legal records. No room for doubt. Her throat tightened. She still refused to believe it. Impossible. He's just an employee. How dare he withdraw? How does he have the right to take the company's core funds? The finance director gave a bitter smile. President Lin, that money was never company assets. For 3 years, every crisis, every expansion, every funding gap, Jiang Yi covered it with his own money. He's an investor, not an employee. He's withdrawing his own money. It's completely legal. We can't stop it. We can't sue. Lin Wanqing almost stumbled. She always thought I was just an employee depending on Chi-Hung. She thought all my work was just to keep my job. But only now did she realize. I was never just a worker. I was the one funding the whole operation. She forced herself to stay calm. She grabbed her phone and called me. I answered. No small talk. Her voice was forced and angry. Jiang Yi, stop the withdrawal right now! I said calmly. Why? Are you insane? Lin Wanqing's voice shot up. Do you know you're destroying the whole company? I just gave you a warning yesterday. Firing you was just a lesson. Why are you going this far? Put the money back right now. I'll forget about this. I'll even rehire you. I listened to her twisted logic. It was ridiculous. Forget about it? Lin Wanqing, when you banned me from the industry yesterday, did you think about forgetting about it? That was just talk. Lin Wanqing spoke fast. She was panicking. Firing people and verbal blacklists are normal. How can you risk the whole company over a grudge? Put the money back. I'll apologize publicly. Restore your position. Okay? No. I said it clearly. No hesitation. My money. My rights. I withdrew it legally. You cut off my future. I took back what I gave. That's fair. Lin Wanqing panicked. Her voice turned threatening. Jiang, don't go too far. If you destroy Qiheng, everyone in the industry will know you're a troublemaker. No one will work with you. Fine. I replied calmly. I don't need any company to survive. But Qiheng, without my money, can you even last a day? A long silence on the other end. Then Lin Wanqing's voice came back, shaky but still arrogant. Who are you trying to scare? This company has a strong foundation. We have projects and partners everywhere. Without your 30 billion, we'll still run just fine. I chuckled. All right. Then you keep running. I hung up and blocked her number. In the office, Lin Wanqing held her phone. Her fingers were cold. Her face was pale. The finance director looked at her. His voice was bitter. President Lin, this isn't the time for pride. The property management sent a notice this morning. Quarterly fees and maintenance total 2.8 million. Due today. Supplier payments, employee salaries, project deposits, all due today. The account has 98 yuan. Not even enough for today's utilities. One executive added nervously. The bank's quarterly risk review is this afternoon. They'll check our cash flow. If the gap is too big, they'll freeze all operations. Crisis after crisis. No breathing room. Lin Wanqing stood there. Her mind went blank. Her arrogance, her contempt, her absolute control, all shattered. She finally started to realize. Her little power play yesterday wasn't firing an employee. It was cutting off the only support her company had for 3 years. The storm had arrived. And her nightmare was just beginning. Qiheng's top management held an emergency meeting. Everyone was pale. No one sat down. The finance director held a list of urgent payments. His voice was strained. The property management sent a legal notice. We have 2 hours to pay 2.8 million in fees. If we don't, they cut utilities, lock the office, and report us to the industry association. The marketing head raised his hand. His voice was panicked. It's not just property. 3 of our main suppliers sent suspension notices this morning. Raw materials, equipment, logistics, all stopped. They found out our funds are empty. No one will work on credit. Lin Wanqing stood at the head of the table. She tried to stay calm. But she was panicking inside. Calm down. These are longtime partners. Call them. Ask for extensions. Prioritize the projects. President Lin, it's useless. The operations director shook his head with a bitter smile. All our partners said the same thing. They only gave us credit and flexibility because of Jiang Yi. Now that he's gone, everyone knows we have no backup. No one will give us any more chances. That hit everyone hard. Lin Wanqing froze. She always thought the company's partnerships and connections came from her husband. Only now did she learn that the one holding it all together was me. She still didn't give up. She called the heads of the biggest partners. First call. Hung up immediately. Second call. Someone answered. Cold voice. President Lin, save your breath. For 3 years, every time your company defaulted or had problems, Jiang Yi showed up to fix it. We trusted Jiang Yi's reputation, not Qiheng's brand. He's gone. So is our partnership. Don't call again. The call ended. She made several more calls. All the same. No mercy. No extensions. All partnerships terminated. The meeting room was dead quiet. The HR director rushed in. She spoke fast. President Lin, another problem. Regular employees found out the account is empty. They know we can't pay salaries. Dozens have quit already. The tech and project leads are all on standby. No one is working. Crisis after crisis. No way out. Lin Wanqing gripped her phone. Her knuckles were white. Her voice was stubborn. Impossible! Gu Qin is out there closing a 100 billion deal. Once he comes back, everything will be fine. A few million in fees and some supply issues are nothing. She video called her husband, Gu Qin. Her last hope. He answered. He was in a fancy business venue. Partners were behind him. He looked calm. What's up? We're about to sign. Talk later. Lin Wanqing broke down. Her voice shook like she was about to cry. Gu Qin, the company is in big trouble. The account is empty. We can't pay property fees. Partners are pulling out. Employees are quitting. Jiang Yi pulled all 30 billion. Gu Chen's calm face disappeared. His pupils shrank. What did you say? He withdrew everything. Lin Wanqing shouted. I just wanted to warn him yesterday. Threaten him with a blacklist. I didn't think he'd actually drain the company. You need to come back and fix this now. The background went quiet. The partner on the other side heard, 30 billion withdrawn, and company is empty. His face changed completely. Gu Qin was frozen. Cold sweat ran down his back. He finally understood what his wife's impulsive decision had cost him. He held back his anger and whispered, I told you again and again, Jiang Yi is our financial foundation. Don't touch him. Why didn't you listen? How was I supposed to know he'd go this far? Lin Wanqing was panicked and defensive. He's just an employee. Firing and blacklisting him is normal management. He's the one being petty and destroying the company out of spite. Shut up. Gu Qin yelled at her for the first time. You don't understand anything. For 3 years, all expansion, funding, and risk coverage came from Jiang Yi's personal money. All my deals and connections happened because people respected Jiang Yi's financial power. You think Qiheng's reputation came from me? He built it with his money. Lin Wanqing was completely stunned. She stared at the screen. She had never heard her husband say these things. She had always lived in her own world. She thought her husband was the only pillar. She thought I was just a tool begging for a job. At that moment, the partner on the video call spoke. His voice was cold and final. Mr. Gu, the 100 billion deal is cancelled. Your company's cash flow is dead. Your core investor left. You have no value to us anymore. This partnership is over. We will never work with you again. The video ended. The 100 billion deal was gone. All of Gu Chen's efforts overseas, gone in an instant. Gu Chen's face was dark with rage. He shouted at Lin Wanqing. Are you happy now? Your pointless pride destroyed 3 years of work and $100 billion deal. Lin Wanqing panicked. Tears fell. She tried to explain. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to clean up the company. I didn't think it would end like this. Didn't think? Gu Chen's voice was ice cold. You're a major shareholder and you make decisions without thinking. You just trample on key people. Jiang Yi stayed quiet for 3 years. He never fought for power or profit. He just kept the company afloat. And you destroyed him. Now you deal with the consequences. Gu Chen hung up. No more contact. In the meeting room, all the executives looked down. No one spoke. Everyone knew Qi Hong was finished. A second property notice popped up on the screen. Red text. Urgent. 2-hour deadline. Countdown ticking. Account balance, 98 yuan. Not 2.8 million for property fees. Not even enough for office supplies. Lin Wanqing collapsed into her chair. Her whole body was cold. Her arrogance, her confidence, her victory, all gone. For the first time, she truly understood. My words yesterday, "Don't regret this," weren't an empty threat. They were an exact prediction. She had crushed 3 years of unwavering support and goodwill. And now, the collapse was just beginning. The property's 2-hour deadline was still ticking. The meeting room door was pushed open. The legal director walked in fast with a stack of papers. He put the papers on the table. President Lin, things are getting worse. The property management has lawyered up. They won't negotiate. If we don't pay on time, they'll go to court and seize the office. Lin Wanqing sat in the main chair. Her back pressed hard against it. Ever since Gu Chen hung up, she'd called him dozens of times. All went to voicemail. Still can't reach Gu Chen? The legal director asked. No. Lin Wanqing's voice was hoarse. He lost that deal. He's probably dealing with the mess. He won't take my calls. The HR director brought in a stack of resignation letters. Her fingers ran across the pages. Another 27 people quit. A few core tech leads said they're leaving today. No pay. They won't stay. Can we stall them? Promise to pay later? Lin Wanqing asked. It won't work. The HR director shook her head. Everyone knows the account is empty. Promises don't work anymore. Some are already filing complaints for unpaid wages. The marketing head showed his phone screen to everyone. One more thing. News is out in the industry. Everyone knows Qi Hong's cash flow is dead and the main investor left. Competitors are already poaching our clients. Bad news kept piling up. The air in the room got heavier. Lin Wanqing still refused to accept reality. In her mind, I was just angry. If she offered enough, gave me a way out, I'd put the 30 billion back. Get Jiang Yi's number again, she told her assistant. The assistant looked uncomfortable. President Lin, he blocked you. On phone and WeChat. Find a middleman. Lin Wanqing looked around the room. One of you must still have his contact info. Find someone who's still on good terms. Pass on a message. Everyone looked at each other. No one spoke up. After a moment, the admin director slowly said, I still have his private WeChat. But I don't think it'll work. Just send the message. Lin Wanqing said quickly. Tell him, if he puts the money back, we'll cancel the firing and the blacklist. I'll give up some shares. Give him full decision-making power. All past issues are over. The admin director typed out the message and sent it. It went through. No red exclamation mark. Everyone stared at his phone. Waiting. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. No reply. The admin director showed the screen to everyone. No response. Lin Wanqing's face went pale. Did he see it? Maybe he didn't check his phone. Jiang Yi always replies fast to important messages. He definitely saw it, the admin director said. He just doesn't want to reply. Lin Wanqing stood up abruptly. He's playing hard to get. He wants us to beg. At the end of the day, he wants more power and more money. We didn't offer enough. The legal director cut in calmly. President Lin, that's not how it works. Legally, that money belongs to Jiang Yi. There was no permanent investment contract. The withdrawal was fully legal. We can't force him to put it back. But he can't just watch the company die, Lin Wanqing argued. Why not? The legal director asked. You fired him in front of everyone and blacklisted him across the industry. Cut off his career. Why would he help us now? That hit a nerve. Lin Wanqing got emotional. That was just a work warning. I said it in anger. How could he not tell the difference? An older executive sighed. President Lin, that no-hire notice was officially sent to dozens of companies. They all received it. That wasn't just talk. It was a written order. That hit her like cold water. Lin Wanqing froze. She finally understood that her order wasn't just an office threat. It was an actual blacklist sent across the entire industry. Right then, the finance director's phone rang. It was the bank's risk department. He answered. Listened for half a minute. His face got worse and worse. He hung up and turned to everyone. Official notice from the bank. They know our main investor pulled out and our cash flow is zero. We have 3 business days to provide asset proof. Or they'll recall our credit line and start loan recovery. A few people in the room gasped. If the bank called in the loans early, Ji-hung wouldn't even have a chance to fight. Lin Wanqing's back was wet with cold sweat. She still held on to her pride. She kept telling herself, I just wanted a proper apology. Find Gu Chen's old contacts. Get them to reach Jiang Yi through third parties. She gave another order. Offer more. Shares, positions, dividends, whatever he wants. If he comes back, we'll agree to anything. Even if he won't come back, can we borrow some money temporarily? Just to get through this. We'll pay it back with interest. The executives split up and started making calls. Every call came back the same. The middleman relayed my message. Simple. When you cut off my future, you left no room for anything else. Now there's no reason to talk. I took what's mine. That's it. No negotiation. No loan. No room to turn back. 40 minutes left on the property deadline. Outside the office, property staff were already waiting in the lobby, ready to lock the place down. Lin Wanqing slowly sat back down in her chair. Her confidence and pride were slowly crumbling. But she still held on to one tiny hope. She thought once Gu Chen got back, they could turn things around. She still didn't understand that some decisions can't be undone. The crisis didn't wait. Time kept moving forward. Ji-hong's collapse kept coming. Unstoppable. 10 minutes left on the property deadline. Noise came from the lobby. Property staff had arrived with the seizure documents. A young receptionist ran up to the meeting room. Pale. President Lin! The property people are here. They said they'll cut power and lock the doors when time's up. The room went completely silent. No one spoke. The executives looked at each other. Many had already packed their personal things, ready to leave. Lin Wanqing gripped the table with both hands. Her fingers were shaking. Go talk to them again. Beg them. Tell them Gu Qin is on his way. The money will be here by tomorrow at the latest. We've tried 3 times. The legal director shook his head. They said no more verbal promises. No money, no deal. They already gave us extra time. Then find other channels. Borrow emergency funds from contacts. Lin Wanqing looked around the room. One of you must know some investors or friends. Borrow 2 million to get through this. An older VP slowly spoke up. I called 3 investors I know. As soon as they heard it was Qihong, they said no. Everyone knows our main investor left, and our projects are dead. They won't throw money into a black hole. Another executive added. Same here. The only reason people worked with us before was Jiang Yi. Now that he's gone, no one will take the risk. Right then, the lights in the building flickered twice. Half the office went dark. The property team cut the power. The AC stopped. The meeting room got hot and stuffy. Computer screens turned off one by one. Only a few still running on battery backup. Footsteps came from the hall. The property manager walked into the meeting room. President Lin. Time's up. Per the contract, we're sealing the office. Everyone needs to leave. Lin Wanqing looked up sharply. You can't do that. We rented this space. The lease is clear. If you don't pay fees on time, we take back the space. The property manager handed her a copy of the contract. Your account has no money. No transfer records. We have to follow the rules. A few security guards stood behind him, waiting for instructions. Seeing this, the executives completely gave up. President Lin. There's no point staying. The office is sealed. Projects are dead. Suppliers are gone. The bank is about to call in loans. We can't run the company anymore. Are you just giving up? Lin Wanqing's voice was hoarse. It's not giving up. It's reality. The VP sounded tired. No money. No partners. No office. No employees. How do we keep going? People started picking up their briefcases. No more arguing. They just walked out. One by one. The meeting room that used to be full of executives was emptying out. The HR director walked up to Lin Wanqing with a pile of arbitration notices. I just got word. 34 employees filed a joint arbitration claim. They want unpaid wages, bonuses, and compensation. The Labor Department accepted the case. The bank called again. They said if we don't provide asset proof in 3 days, they'll call in all loans. The finance director added. Bad news kept hitting. Lin Wanqing looked like she was about to collapse. She called Gu Qin again and again. This time, he answered. Background noise. Traffic. He was driving. Gu Qin, where are you? The property already sealed the office. They're kicking everyone out. Lin Wanqing's voice was cracking. Gu Qin's voice was tired and cold. I'm still on my way back. Even if I get there, what can I do? Find other investors. Get funding. Save the company. Lin Wanqing said desperately. Funding? Gu Qin laughed coldly. The news is everywhere. Jiang Yi pulled out. The office is sealed. Labor arbitration filed. Who would invest in us now? All the potential investors we were talking to sent emails canceling. Lin Wanqing froze. Why would they all cancel? We still have projects. We have a market. The projects were all backed by Jiang Yi's money. Without him, most of them can't even start. Gu Chen's voice was full of suppressed anger. I told you again and again not to touch Jiang Yi. You wouldn't listen. You had to show off your power. You thought firing someone was just a small office move. I thought he was just angry and would give in eventually. Lin Wanqing whispered. You never understood Jiang Yi. Gu Chen's voice was heavy. He supported us for 3 years without asking for anything back. That doesn't mean he'll let you step all over him and blacklist him and just take it. Now the company is dead. Our shares will be used to pay off debt. Lin Wanqing went cold. What does that mean? The company has a lot of debt. If we can't pay it, our personal shares will be sold off to cover it. Gu Chen said. We might even lose personal assets. That shattered the last bit of hope Lin Wanqing had. She thought the worst outcome was the company struggling for a while and me eventually coming back. She never imagined her own personal assets could be taken. The property manager spoke again. President Lin. Please leave now. Lin Wanqing looked around. The big meeting room was almost empty. Executives were gone. Computers were off. Papers scattered everywhere. Outside, the office was a mess. Employees were packing up and leaving. 3 years of Qihong's success. Gone in just 2 days. She gripped her phone. Her fingers were ice cold. Only now did she truly understand the cost of her arrogance. But it was too late. The security guards came forward. Everyone had to leave. Lin Wanqing had no choice. She picked up her bag and walked out of the meeting room step by step. The main door closed behind her. She stood on the street, staring at the building that used to be her company's. The comeback she imagined never came. Everything was heading straight for disaster. Far away, I received a full report on everything that happened at Qihong. I felt no sympathy. Every outcome was exactly what they chose for themselves. 3 days after Qihong's office was sealed. Labor arbitration. Supplier lawsuits. Bank collections. One after another, legal notices were sent to Gu Chen and Lin Wanqing's home. Gu Chen finally made it back from his trip. As soon as he walked in, he saw the coffee table covered in court summons and lawyer letters. A thick stack covered almost the whole table. Lin Wanqing sat on the couch. Her eyes were bloodshot. She hadn't slept properly in days. Her makeup was a mess. The summons all came. Her voice was dry. Suppliers sued us for unpaid invoices. 34 employees filed arbitration. The bank sent a debt notice. Gu Chen took off his jacket and tossed it on the arm of the couch. He glanced at the stack of papers. I already got a call from the lawyer on the way. The company account is 0. No assets to execute. Next step, the court goes after the shareholders. Shareholders? Lin Wanqing looked up. We just hold shares. Do we have to use our personal money to cover this? Qihong is a limited company, sure. But some of the loans had our personal guarantees. Gu Chen's voice was tired. If the company can't pay, our house and savings can be taken. That hit her hard. Lin Wanqing's body swayed. Her back pressed against the couch. She had only thought the company might fail. She never thought her personal assets would be on the line. We have to find Jiang Yi. Lin Wanqing stood up suddenly. Only he can fix this. If he steps in, all the lawsuits and arbitration will go away. Wanqing, wake up. Gu Chen looked at her. We've had 7 or 8 layers of middlemen reach out. We offered more and more. Shares, control, dividends, even offered to give up most of the company. He never responded. That's because the middlemen didn't push hard enough. Lin Wanqing shook her head. She was obsessed. They can't convey our sincerity. I need to go see him myself. Apologize in person. Do you even know where he is? Gu Chen asked. I asked the admin. He has a private club. Lin Wanqing checked her phone. I'm going there now. I'll admit I was wrong. Whatever he wants, I'll do it. Gu Chen was quiet for a moment. He didn't stop her. He still held on to a tiny hope. Maybe if she apologized in person, things could change. 2 hours later, Lin Wanqing drove to the lakeside private club. It had tight security. No visitors without appointments. Lin Wanqing gave my name and explained her reason over and over. The front desk staff looked at her. Mr. Jiang said no visitors from Qihong. Please leave. I have something really important. Lin Wanqing stepped forward. I just need 10 minutes. A few words with him. I'm sorry. That's Mr. Jiang's strict order. The staff member was polite but firm. Lin Wanqing was stopped at the gate. She had to stand outside in the plaza. She pulled out her phone. She tried 3 different numbers to call me. Every call was blocked. The sun slowly set. The sky got dark. She stood outside the club for over 2 hours. Finally, night fell. A black sedan slowly drove out through the gate. The car stopped in front of her. The window rolled down. My profile appeared. I had just finished an investor meeting. Simple suit. Calm expression. Lin Wanqing rushed forward. She stood in front of the car. Jiang Yi! The driver hit the brakes. I looked at her under the headlights. A few days later, she no longer had that arrogant look. Her eyes were tired and desperate. I finally found you. Her voice was shaking. I know I was wrong. Everything I did was wrong. Firing you. Blacklisting you. I was blinded by my own pride. I was too impulsive. I didn't say anything. I let her continue. Please put the money back. Lin Wanqing's voice was pleading. If you help us save the company, I'll give you all my shares. I'll step down from management. I'll never interfere again. I'll apologize publicly. I'll clear your name in the industry. Name your terms. Anything. Don't let us fall into this hole. Are you done? I asked. My voice was calm. A glimmer of hope showed in Lin Wanqing's eyes. Just say yes. We can negotiate anything. I'll admit all my mistakes. Back in your office, I said slowly. When you fired me in front of everyone and sent out that industry blacklist, did you want to negotiate then? That was just talk, Lin Wanqing said quickly. I just wanted to knock you down a peg. I never really wanted to destroy you. Dozens of companies got official written notices. I looked at her. Was that just talk too? Lin Wanqing's lips moved. No words came. 3 years. I didn't care about titles. I didn't care about bonuses. I put 30 billion of my own money into the company with no interest. I cleaned up your messes over and over. I didn't fight for shares. I didn't scheme against you or Gu Chen. All I wanted was basic respect. But what did you do? You suspected me of taking over. You were scared of my ability. You slapped a blacklist on me to cut off my entire career. I know I was wrong. Lin Wanqing's eyes were red. I'll take responsibility for everything. I'll apologize. You can't let my mistake destroy years of Gu Chen's hard work. I chuckled. Gu Chen's hard work? You still don't understand. Qihong got where it is today because of who? What about the hundreds of employees? They're innocent. Lin Wanqing kept trying. If we go bankrupt, they all lose their jobs. Can't you show a little mercy for old times? Old times ran out the moment you blacklisted me for life, I said. Then I nodded to the driver. Drive. Wait. Jiangni, hold on. Lin Wanqing tried to grab the door. But the doors were locked. The car went around her and drove away. Lin Wanqing stood there. The wind blew through her. The headlights got smaller and smaller. Finally gone. The meeting she fought so hard for didn't change a thing. Only then did she truly understand. I wasn't going to forgive her. I wasn't coming back. The forgiveness and salvation she imagined didn't exist. Behind her, Gu Chen called. Did you see him? Yes. Lin Wanqing's voice was hollow. It didn't work. He wouldn't give us anything. A long silence on the other end. Their last way out was gone. 2 weeks later, Qiheng officially entered bankruptcy proceedings. Court trustees came in. Office furniture, equipment, and unfinished projects were all liquidated. The labor arbitration decision came. Employee wages and compensation came first on the list of debts. But the company had no assets. Most of the compensation couldn't be paid. Gu Chen and Lin Wanqing's personal guarantees on some loans became their responsibility. Their main apartment, their own home, was ordered seized by the court. It went to auction. I sat in my private office. My lawyer placed the full liquidation report on my desk. Mr. Jiang, Qiheng's bankruptcy is complete. Your 30 billion was fully recovered. No loss of principal. As for the 3 years of interest, according to the original investment agreement, you could sue for it. Shall we start that process? I glanced at the report. It clearly listed the joint debts of Gu Chen and Lin Wanqing. Don't pursue the interest. I took back what was mine. Let the law handle the rest. The lawyer nodded and put the file away. Understood. Also, many companies have already retracted the blacklist Lin Wanqing sent out. But about a dozen still have it on file. It could affect your reputation. We can send legal letters to have them retract it and issue a public apology. Handle it, I said. Clear all remaining blacklist records. Restore my reputation. Don't go after the companies too hard. The responsibility is Lin Wanqing's personally. I'll arrange it right away. The lawyer left. Soon after, my phone rang. Unknown number. It was Gu Chen. This was the first time Gu Chen had reached out to me since everything fell apart. I picked up. On the other end, his voice was worn out. He no longer had the confidence of a businessman. Jiangni. Speak. The house is about to be auctioned. Gu Chen's voice was heavy. Debt is crushing us. Wanqing's mental state is terrible. She's learned her lesson. Can we just end this? End it? I asked quietly. She's paid the price. The company is gone. The house is being auctioned. Her reputation is ruined. Gu Chen continued. No matter how much anger you have, isn't this enough? The price she paid is the one she chose. My voice was steady. When she made her move, she didn't leave any room for me. Now I won't decide if this ends or not. You have no old feelings left? Gu Chen's voice had a hint of anger. 3 years. I've had enough. I didn't care about money or credit. I held this company through every crisis. In return, I got a lifetime industry blacklist. Would you have any old feelings left? What are you going to do to me? Lin Wanqing asked from behind. I'm not going to do anything to you. I paused. I didn't turn around. From now on, we go our separate ways. Your debts are yours to carry. My life is mine to live. I want nothing more to do with you, Guqin or Qihong. I walked to my car. No dramatic revenge. No humiliation. I just took back what I gave. And let the people who made the wrong choices face the consequences. The cycle was complete. Everything was settled.